So it turns out that this week is the week of notes. I have found that I'm a little bit scattered this week. And so, as I said in my live on Wednesday, that I just wanted to honour that and be transparent about it, because I think that there's a whole conversation about authenticity that many of us as women are not having. And so just putting it out there that I've got some notes to make sure I stay on track today. Though nothing happened to spike my nervous system before the call, which is awesome because it's always nice to start a call feeling grounded. I thought I might go through, do you know when ages ago it was really like a bit of a, when Reels first came about? Do you remember that? It wasn't that long ago really, a couple of years. And there was that thing where everyone did the pointing at like how old they were and what star sign they were or whatever. Well, I thought that was complete cringe fest, and I absolutely was never, ever going to do it. And to be honest, I still haven't done that. So I've never, I don't think, actually introduced myself or done one of those posts who kind of like says who you are. And so I thought randomly I might just explain a little bit about what it is I do, why I do it. If you haven't gathered, if you're like someone who hasn't seen this before, or maybe you're someone who's been stalking, or maybe you're someone who's been following along and knows exactly what I do anyway. But either way, I thought I would just like pop on and have a bit of a conversation about that. So I have told a lot of my story of recovering from autoimmune disease, but I haven't spoken about the fact that I was very much, when I was younger, based in science. So I loved science. I really was a bit of a nerd. In fact, I've always been a nerd. I've also said that I'm quite proud of being a nerd now. I don't know about you, but when I was at school, it was not cool to be smart. And I'm definitely going through that with my children at the moment, where it's, you know, you don't want to stand out for anything really at school, lest you draw attention to yourself because someone's going to smack you down, really, metaphorically, not physically. But I completely understand how my children feel in that regard. I certainly didn't want to stand out or put myself in a position where I might have been taunted or whatever. And I probably wasn't smart enough at that stage to be in like the super nerdy class, but you know, my ego didn't want to be in that class anyway because that felt, you know, like it wasn't cool. And anyway, all those things that happen when you're a teen and you're really sort of struggling to find your place in the world. And I guess probably one of the joys about, I've often spoken about once I passed 40, maybe it was the fact that I'd had a third child, I just didn't really care anymore. And I really enjoy that feeling of day by day, just embracing who I am more and more. And interestingly, from going from wanting to read the research study on everything, which I still do because I love it. I actually do it for fun. In fact, there's nothing like when, you know, I have my topics listed and I get those research studies actually sent to my email, that I sort of go through them. And I actually posted about it, something about it, that I had not been aware that taking antihistamines steals choline from your brain. And interestingly, in our family, we've done a lot of genetic testing and we know that we need more choline anyway. So let alone to find that antihistamines actually decrease your amount of it. Our dog takes antihistamines every day. American staffies have a propensity towards skin issues. And I didn't know that. But did you know that egg yolks are packed with choline? How cool is that? And also there are lots of natural things that you could use to help reduce histamine that we're going to be experimenting with, because I didn't realize, I mean, I saw her skin go red raw, but I didn't realize how, I guess, damaging antihistamines could be, because so many people take them daily. So certainly something I'll be diving further into. However, I wanted to explain a little bit about the energy work that I do. I will be offering I did a gua sha glow up in January, which was so much fun. There were a bunch of us, about 50 of us, learning how to use the gua sha tool. It's such an underrated tool for skin juiciness and plumpness and vitality, and helping to actually relax the face and ease the tension that can pull our everything downwards. And so I love doing that. And so I am just converting that to make it, to put it on a platform so that people can access it. So that will be available soon. And then I've got this course that I've been wanting to birth for a really long time. So I am absolutely passionate about helping mums love their skin and light that inner luminosity and just uncomplicate things, because the dogma that we're fed is that you just have to do 87,000 things, and as you get older there's just so many more that you have to do. And I'm really about finding that blueprint for like the core principles of what will help you light up and just be luminous and radiant permanently, right? I mean, we all have bad days though. Can't guarantee you won't have those. So there'll be 3 levels to my course. The first one will be actually designed for people to understand the products and ingredients that they should avoid bringing into their home because it will affect their skin. That one will be probably just available online. It'll be mostly pre-recorded with lots of resources and just like some touch points for asking questions. So that is not the first part that I'll release, because I know a lot of my people already know that kind of stuff. So it's kind of we're already there. The next part that I really am excited about is really about that. Some people call it biohacking. I call it like just connecting to our eternal wisdom, really connecting to nature. And I was so chuffed to be asked to run a community call the other night for a friend of mine's platform, where we spoke all about the rituals and ways that women can connect with nature to help balance their hormonal rhythm and pattern. That was so much fun. If you want access to that, let me know. It's either, well, just send me a message and I can connect you with it, because off the top of my head I can't remember. And then utilizing all sorts of tools to help us with that. So crystals, connecting with energy, connecting with nature, as in walking barefoot on the grass, walking along where the water hits the beach, and all those different areas, watching the moon, gazing at the moon, getting sunlight in our eyes without sunglasses. All of those things can actually balance our body's systems and make us healthier. And when we're healthy on the inside, guess what happens to our skin? That's right, it glows. So it's all of those components. So the first bit will be all those practical things of like eating right, hydrating correctly, making sure the air around us is clean, making sure we're not putting anything on our body that is not good for us. The second bit will be all about those next level steps. So it'll be the energetics of like what's around us, of connecting with nature, finding those moments of peace. Unfortunately, there is that thing of like, if you are just really dog tired because you do not make time for rest, unfortunately, you're going to have to change that. And I really understand that, because I am a super driven person and I find it hard to relax myself. So trust me, I understand, but we do need to take time to nourish ourselves. Did you know that when you know how all the cells in your body turn over, except for our brain neurons, they don't change at all. So if we fry them, they don't recover. So we really, really need to be very protective of our brain and trying to avoid burnout. Obviously, that's more of an adrenal function, but this is all about how we can try and supercharge connecting our body with nature to help ground us and bring us back into ourselves. And that can really help even when we need to go against our own nature of like want to be go, go, go. So that's that one. That component will also include a lot of things that I learned from some of my mentors, like Paul Chek, the releasing emotions with essential oils. There's just, so many different modalities that I've learned that I really have incorporated, I guess, into a bucket of tools that I use. The next bit will be can I say that I'm really excited about that bit? I'm excited about all of it. I don't know if you realize, but I'm quite an excitable person. But I really, really, really have on my heart to share like this blueprint for a luminous life. So for those people that are ready to just to take action and to make changes, unfortunately, they don't just magically happen if they get presented to us in a course. We actually have to do stuff. Tedious, I know. But I would really like to bring that to people. It's where I will bring in the Reiki and the energy work. We are all essentially vibrating cells, and so everything is vibrating. Even though we look solid, we're not. It's physics that's completely proven. It's when we start look at from yoga, when we're looking at the chakras, to when we look at the study of Kirlian photography, where we can see people's aura and colors. And if you train yourself like shamans do, you can really train yourself to see it. And so for that, I will be actually offering one-to-one with people who are really, really keen just to stop messing about and just get to the pinnacle of where they can be their most luminous and most radiant. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to bring that. That is probably the culmination of everything that I've learned so far in my life. I have been just taking some people at the moment through some work. I'm just finishing off another certification. So through some case studies, I need 4 more people. So if anyone wants to be a little victim, I'm just kidding. But just clearing all that stuff out of your field. I know that this may repulse some people. It may repel some people, but that's okay. But I really believe that we can have things that we carry in our energy field, whether they're from past lives, whether they're, attachments or whatever that we carry with us. Have you ever felt that sometimes you keep doing the same thing, even though you're trying not to? And it just all of a sudden, everything makes sense to me when we look into the Akashic records, we look into soul contracts and blood oaths and all of the things. And so that's the third part of what I'll be bringing. I'm really excited to do a lot of collaborations. I've got a couple of podcasts that I'm going to be talking on soon. Funnily enough, I can come here live twice a week and it doesn't bother me, but I'm actually a little bit nervous about podcasts. They're not my first either, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I don't know the audience. I don't know, but they make me a bit nervous. So I have to use all my own tools to ground myself before then. And just, very excited to help other people's communities as well, as women really come into ourselves and feel our beauty internally. I know that sounds so corny, but imagine if, and I've said this a few times, so from the moment that I had children, things changed for me. So if you don't have a baby, that's fine. If you like dogs or cats, imagine it with that, because the oxytocin is the same thing that's released. But when you look down at them and you see them and their little foot or paw or hand or whatever is up at you, and you just see them and you get that melting feeling of like, oh, aren't you beautiful? So that is those oxytocin, that hormone, like where it's rushing out of our body, it's connecting to our heart space. We can do that in our real life, but imagine if you did that when you looked in the mirror. Imagine if you looked in the mirror and saw the perfection that you are. Now, I know that is, some people will just think, wow, that's really hard to get my head around. And I will be honest, it's not like you do it every day, even if sometimes you manage it. But imagine if that was your response more often than not. Or if you looked in the mirror and never, or very rarely, let's be realistic, very rarely thought critical thoughts about yourself. We've all heard that adage of, would you talk to your best friend like that? Well, you can be your best friend. You are your best friend. And if you don't love and honor and cherish yourself, who else will? So that's really what I want to share with women. I look at my children and I just think I don't ever want them to have the hatred that I had for myself when I was young. And I feel like I'm here to heal that, not only for myself and my family, but for others as well. So that is my very long, who am I? What am I about? What has energy got to do with it? We're all energetic beings, and it is such a privilege to be here. It's such a hectic time, isn't it? So much going on. We're so fortunate to have access to each other through this portal. By the same token, it can be really damaging for us if we can't get away from it, if we don't get that time out in nature, if we can't step away from work and being busy. But I really, really look forward to sharing more of that with you. Side note, if you are based in Sydney and you're going to be around the Ocean Lovers Festival, that is on the 20th till the 24th of March. Stripey Horse will be there. I'll be there at the stand myself with my beautiful friend Liz, Us and the Earth, getting the plastic out of your home. So come join us. The fair is all about sustainability, and I'm sure there'll be some great things. To be honest, I have not checked into it that much. It just felt right, so we're going. And we'll be there for the Saturday and Sunday all day at the markets. And a little secret surprise, there will be a significant discount on Stripe Your Horse products because we're in the midst of a bit of a rebranding. And because I hate waste, I don't want to throw out anything. So I don't want to throw out any packaging. I want to sell it. So it's not about, it's not that the products will change. It's just that the direction of the business has changed a little bit as I've matured as the founder of the business, I guess. And so it's just, there's nothing wrong with the products. It's just that I want to get rid of the packaging without throwing anything away. So it's going to be 20% off. So it's going to be a bargain. So I would love you to come down and visit. That's the 23rd and 24th of March. Be there all day, Saturday, Sunday. And I look forward to sharing some space with you. And thank you for following along on this journey. Have a beautiful weekend. And I hope that you get some sunshine or some rest or whatever it is that you need this weekend. See you. Bye.